Good afternoon, gentlemen. Well, I'm glad to say it's sort of bittersweet, but my vise stop journey is over, and I just kind of wanted to share some of the different vise stops that I made. Um, this has just been over the past couple of years. I've just kind of had this ongoing obsession with vise stops, so these are the first ones that I made. This is sort of a low profile version of the what we'll call the Stuart DeHaro vise stop. It's sort of a fixed width. You dog it down with these two screws. This right here controls this movable pin that you can locate off of. I'm not real happy with these. Stuart's design was much better than mine was. This was just kind of an experiment. They do the job. I just don't like fiddling with those little Allen wrenches to work those little sockets. They're a decent low profile stop, but it was a fun project. The next addition was an outrigger vise stop. Hang on just a second, I'll get that. The outrigger vise stop consists of a couple different parts. It's got this one piece that bolts onto the back of the jaw, and then it's got kind of a swivel, like a large swivel clamp, and then another rod. So you can put this in there, control the angle, the distance by tightening these screws. I will say be mindful of what side you have your counterbores on with the clamp. You want the top and the outboard side. I had to wind up making a threaded bushing here for one of these. It could have been either one, but I wanted both screws to be able to be accessed. Of course, this is the business end of the stop for me. I set things up from the left. So anyway, I made a double. I'm going to wind up cutting this end off. It's just too much. If I need to use the other side, I can just flip it over. But I don't ever stop from that side. It's very rare. So anyway, this was a fun project. Joe Pazinski, he made a much better version of this, and he shows you all the different steps required. The next one I made is just sort of another low profile clamp style vise stop. Not much to see here. It does not have a moving pin in there. Instead, I just kind of put some little locator buttons. These are just little tool steel locators, and that would keep you from locating off just the edge of the vise stop. I thought I had an old crappy one over here somewhere as a best worst example. Yeah, here we go. This is the original vise stop that I bought 100 years ago, and you can see I got into it with a ball-nosed end mill. But this is probably the worst vise stop money can buy, and I used this thing for years. So this is sort of like an upgraded version of this. Instead of just locating off, for instance, like this face, it actually has a little button you can locate off of. I don't know if it makes a difference. And last is probably, I sort of saved the best for last here. It's another clamp style, but this is patterned after the Edge Technology version of the stop. It's got a moving pin here. You can index. You can lock it down with those two screws. I did counterbore for a screw here, and it's got two 1/4-inch guide pins. When I made this, I tried to take a little bit of extra care, and I'm really pleased with the results. It could probably be polished a little bit further, but it is just a vise stop. But it works really well, and I plan on getting some years of use out of all these. I've given one of these away already, tried to give one of these away, but nobody wanted one, and really I can't blame them. So that's sort of the rundown on my vise stop collection. I'm going to have to find something else for my neurodivergence to obsess over, and I think I've found it, but we'll see. For now, I'm done making vise stops, and I think I've got enough to last me the rest of my amateur career out here. I hope you guys are able to get some inspiration from these. Everybody, even if you're just working out of a drill press, you need a vise stop. So I would encourage you to try to make one of these if you don't already have one. Actually, I would encourage you to buy one because there's really a lot of hours in doing something like that. You have to enjoy it. You're not going to save any money. I mean, you know, let's be positive. Make some. They're fun. You guys have a good one.